My greetings to all of you on the occasion of the International Day of Yoga. I am delighted to join you virtually to celebrate the 6th Annual International Yoga Day. At the outset, let me extend my heartiest congratulations to Speak Mackay for the success of their virtual series, what you call Anubhav. True to its motto, continuously spreading positivity through our priceless cultural heritage, Speak Mackay has been enriching the quality of formal education by increasing awareness about different aspects of Indian heritage and inspiring young minds to imbibe the priceless human values embedded in it. I am happy to note that through Speak Mackay, the most accomplished artists of the country render programs of Indian classical music and dance, folk, poetry, theatre, traditional paintings, crafts and yoga primarily in schools and colleges. I am sure that Speak Mackay will continue inspiring young people to explore and experience the rich and diverse culture of India as well as the world. I am hopeful that the beauty, grace, values and wisdom embodied in these arts will influence their way of life and thinking and inspire them to become better human beings. My dear sisters and brothers, during his proposal to United Nations in 2014 to adopt an International Day of Yoga, our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Bhai Modi, has consciously summed up the importance of yoga to the world body, describing yoga as an invaluable gift of ancient Indian tradition. He said, it embodies unity of mind and body, thought and action, restraint and fulfillment, harmony between man and nature, a holistic approach to health and well-being. India's proposal was endorsed by 175 nations, and the United Nations in a resolution on December 11, 2014 declared June 21st as the International Day of Yoga. Yoga, a unique gift of India to the world, is now successfully transforming millions of lives around the globe. Yoga, which means to join or unite, basically seeks to bring about a harmonious union of the mind and body. It's a science that emphasizes balance, poise, grace, equanimity, peace and harmony. Yoga, a 5,000-year-old tradition, is not a mere workout. It's much more than that. It's a philosophy, a discipline. Yoga comprises different postures, that is asanas, breathing exercises, pranayama, and meditation techniques. All these components help in bringing about a positive transformation in the human body and mind in innumerable ways. Yoga is also an approach to life which celebrates balance and is swinging to extreme positions and appreciating the subtle nuances of movement of the body to maintain poise and grace. As Lord Krishna tells Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Yoga is balance. The first two steps of Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga or eightfold yoga is Yama and Niyama. They deal with mental discipline, Saucha, which stands for cleanliness and purity, comes under Niyama. The World Health Organization, WHO, in its resolution in 1984, accepted spiritual dimension as part of health. Earlier, health was perceived in physical, mental and spiritual terms. We have moved away from that perspective to a more holistic, integrated view where different elements of human existence interact in diverse ways to contribute to the well-being. This integrated view in which different components are joined together is the essence of yoga, and this is the gift of ideas we have given to the world. Yoga has now become a potential source of soft power in India's diplomacy. The tremendous response to the International Day of Yoga is a matter of delight for all of us. We are happy that we have been able to unite the world for such a positive cause. My dear sisters and brothers, youngsters, as you are all aware, this year the world is fighting one of the biggest public health crises, the COVID-19 pandemic. Indeed, the world is going through challenging times, and we simply cannot allow the pandemic to get the better of us. We have to unite and put up a stronger fight and to ensure that we are healthy physically and mentally. Undoubtedly, these are stressful times in which most of us are compelled to stay at home without the normal face-to-face interaction, physical exercise in open grounds, and also recreational activities. Yoga can be an effective solution for the high level of stress that the pandemic has created in our lives. Yoga can help in dealing effectively with problems like depression, anxiety, and stress, which have become all pervasive due to modern lifestyle. I get deeply disturbed whenever I come across the news that appears in newspapers of youngsters ending their lives, unable to cope up with the modern day-to-day pressures and stress. All such deaths are completely avoidable. Yoga and meditation can help in reducing stress greatly. Yoga is one of the best options to improve the body's immunity, particularly for the vulnerable ones like those suffering from asthma, hypertension, and diabetes. The pandemic is not the only health crisis that is threatening the well-being of people. The World Health Organization, WHO, estimates that 63% of all deaths in India in 2016 were because of non-communicable diseases, what we call as NCDs. Of these, the risk of premature deaths for those between the ages of 30 and 70 was 27 for males and 20% for females. Yoga remains an incredibly simple but powerful instrument to prevent and control lifestyle diseases. It is relatively a low-risk, high-yield approach to improving overall health, and its full potential must be harnessed. As India has a huge demographic advantage that 65% of our population is below 35 years and 50% is below 25 years. This can be converted into a dividend. We must do our best to ensure that our youngsters are physically and mentally and emotionally fit. WHO also mentions yoga as a means to improve the health in its Global Action Plan on Physical Activity 2018-30. More active people for healthier world. That is the report. Yoga as a mode of therapy or yoga chikitsa has now become extremely popular, and a large number of studies and systematic reviews offer scientific evidences for potential to treat a number of diseases. We must undertake scientific experimentation on a much larger scale to further explore the immense possibilities of yoga as a wellness solution. My dear students, yoga has today become one of the biggest fitness movements across the globe. The ancient heritage of India, yoga had an uninterrupted tradition, and the onus of keeping the priceless tradition alive is on all of us. Our children must be introduced to yoga at a young age. With the education institutions conducting only online classes in the wake of pandemic, I would like to suggest to the government that they include yoga as part of online learning program. I am glad that UNICEF Kid Power has listed 13 yoga stretches and poses for children. I also applaud the government for launching programs like Scheme for Voluntary Certification of Yoga Professionals. Through the scheme, more professional yoga teachers will be certified, increasing the spread and practice of yoga. Much more needs to be done to take the healing power of yoga to all corners of the world and to all people. After all, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu has always been India's mantra and prayer. Initiatives like this, virtual yoga and meditation civil, are a step in the right direction. I hope that many more such initiatives will be conceived and realized in the time to come. I once again congratulate Speak Mackay for organizing this civil camp for the benefit of youth in such challenging times. I wish this noble initiative a grand success. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.